Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. Today we're talking about basics, but in a slightly different way. So obviously basics are important in your wardrobe. I talk about them all the time. I think we really should have them as the foundations and building blocks of our style. But what happens when you've kind of completed that and your outfits are just feeling a little bit lackluster? This is where I think this kind of secret of mine really comes into play, because it's basically looking at basics in a slightly different way and also looking at shopping for basics in a slightly different way too. So today's video is looking at basics with a twist, elevated basics, unusual basics, whatever you want to call them, or not even basics, classic pieces with some kind of difference to them. And I'm going to point out the features that I'm looking for so that you still have that classic staple piece within your wardrobe, but actually it's a little bit different, it's more unique, it's still very wearable, but it just brings something different to the table. And I think you'll be able to see through all the outfits the interest that this really creates. So really we're better talking about the examples and let's start with the shirt that I'm wearing now. So actually quite a few of these pieces are new in. I will link them below. It's that time of year where I am injecting a few new pieces into my wardrobe, but I just know that all of these will be so useful, not just for this year, but going forward for every year as well. So this shirt today is from Massimo Dutti, and I think they are a brand that does this really well. They take a basic and they just add something that feels a little bit unique to it, but it's still very minimal and modern. So this is like a wrap shirt. It's like, it kind of comes like, it's no buttons on it. It comes almost as the wrap, so you can't wear it in any other way. It's got the wrap to it here. It creates some definition at the waist. Also, what I really like, sometimes wrap shirts sit really low and they gape open, but this sits high. You can see that's where it kind of falls to. So you don't feel like it's all open and exposed. It's got all the elements of a classic shirt. So we've got a stripe through it. We've got the fact that it is a shirt, the linen for summer. However, because of the colors of the stripe, the thickness of the stripe, the wrap of the shirt, it just really transforms the basic shirt into something unique and different. Again, you can still wear it in the exact same way. I'm styling it with some shorts and a heel to dress it up a bit more. I've got it on here with some white trousers, but you could also wear it with denim shorts. It's also got this lovely beige running through it, so you could pick up on that with your trousers or skirts or bottoms, and then you could also pick up on the black as well, which I think would be really nice. So not only has it got a difference, but it's also very wearable as well. And to me, I think this shirt really stands out. If I saw somebody walking down the street in this shirt, I would probably go up and ask them where it was from. Whereas if I was just seeing somebody in a plain striped shirt, I wouldn't really have that thought. My next example is this denim jacket from Arket, and I am showing you these pieces today, but really the aim of the video is to more talk about the concept and more about kind of features that you can look out for when you're going out shopping. You don't have to go and necessarily buy any of these pieces, but it's just a breakdown of what to look for. So let's talk about jackets. This is a denim jacket. We all love denim jackets. They're so useful. You can throw them on. They create a bit more of a casual look, but this is different because of the collarless style. Pretty much 99% of the jackets I see, denim jackets have a collar to them, which I like, but again, it is just really, really basic. This ticks that same box of being very, very wearable, but it just feels a little bit more interesting. The fact that it's not got the collar, you can then layer it with shirts as well. I think this will be easier to layer with shirts because you don't have the double collar going on. Also just with t-shirts and tank tops, it will just transform your look. It will make it more interesting and unique at the same time, and just very versatile. And I think that's what I really want to demonstrate from this video, is that you can look for those interesting pieces that still aren't wasteful within your wardrobe. So a classic slip skirt is very much one of those timeless basic pieces. We go to them time and time again. It's a longer length, but actually it's nice to go for a different style for a change. And that's why I'm loving A-line skirts at the moment. Now this particular one does have a lot of detail to it. This is a slightly more trend-led one, but you don't have to go down that route. I think just the concept of a longer A-line skirt mixes things up from that classic satin slip skirt that we probably all own, but again, still just as wearable. So this is like a kind of drop waist balloon skirt. This is from ASOS. It's really nice quality as well. It feels lovely on. It doesn't have to have the balloon detail. Obviously that does feel slightly more trend-led. It doesn't have to have that. It can just be a simple A-line silhouette skirt. I've done some on my LTK. I'll link my LTK below so you can see, but I've done like a roundup of A-line skirts on there as well, like a fuller skirt. And then you could go for just something simple with a drop waist, or just not at all. Maybe you could go for an elasticated band waist, just with a full skirt. And again, it just provides something a little bit different. It creates interesting shapes within your look as well. And I think that's really key to go for, is looking for a slightly different shape. It doesn't need to be anything extreme, but anything that feels slightly different in its shape, I think will create the look we're trying to go for. But also I think these kind of things stand the test of time in your wardrobe, because I've noticed that whenever I look back on old pictures, it's these kind of slightly more architectural and bolder shapes and designs that seem to stand the test of time the most. This next piece I'm absolutely obsessed with, and again, this is just so classic. I feel like any person of any age can wear this top, and I think it will be in your wardrobe forever. It's one of those you can pull out season after season, and there's absolutely nothing kind of trend about it, but it's just got that unique feel. And I really want this video to stress that having interest within your basics, having shape, having design detail, doesn't mean it needs to be a trend-led piece. So this top from COS is gorgeous, and Massimo Dutti, COS, Arket are all brands that do this so well. It's got this ruching up the side. I think ruching is another key detail to look out for, and I've got a few ruching kind of pieces. So side ruching I think is lovely. The neck of this falls so nicely. It's like a kind of high neck boat style, and it's this gorgeous kind of slightly creamy stony shade. It's like an off-white, but it's just gorgeous. I'll be wearing this in so many ways. I've just styled it with some balloon jeans. You can really dress this up, dress this down. I personally do feel like I'm lacking in these kind of things. I've got wardrobe full of tank tops, which of course have their moment, but actually what I sometimes neglect to buy are things like this that are very, very simple, but just have that unique design to them. And I love these kind of things in particular because you can add interesting jewelry. As you know, jewelry is kind of the way I add my personality to my outfit. I often wear bold jewelry, big earrings, so having a top like this is just so useful. And again, will be linked below, and I got small or 36 in pretty much everything apart from one piece, which I'll show you in a bit. So obviously COS were doing things very well, because this is another piece from COS, and it's this crossover trouser. I think they come in navy or came in navy as well, but they might be sold out. But this is like a gorgeous camely shade, something I don't have much of in my wardrobe. I tend to wear this kind of shade on my bottom half just because I don't think I suit it as much at the top, but I do think I can make it work on the bottom. I just loved these trousers. I was really drawn to them when thinking about this kind of basic with a twist or elevated staple piece. This is what I was drawn to. So it's got this gorgeous cross waist. It even has belt loops, so you could add a belt to it if you wanted to. It's got that architectural detail to it, something interesting. It's bold, but it's minimal, which makes it very, very wearable. I actually kept the COS top on with it. I wasn't sure at first whether these two were gonna go together, but I actually think they do, because they are both quite simple pieces really, but they've just both got those twists to them. This I'll be able to wear with so much. Things like shirts, tank tops, vest tops, t-shirts, blazers, trainers, and kind of sandals, ballet flats, that kind of thing. But I just think these are absolutely gorgeous and just so different as well. Let's talk about shoulder pads, because shoulder pads are my identity at the minute. I just love a shoulder pad, and have done for years, to be honest. They just, again, add interest to your basics. And I think this is why I do love shoulder pads so much, is because they create such shape to your look and also a slightly bolder feel to the outfit. And that is why I love shoulder pads so much. You don't have to do shoulder pads in a traditional way. So this is like a knitted t-shirt. You've probably seen this in a recent video. It's from Gwellia. This is gorgeous on. It's such a beautiful, lightweight, fine knit. But because of the kind of shoulder pads and darting detail on the shoulder, just makes for a much more interesting piece, but still very wearable at the end of the day. It's just a stripe kind of t-shirt, but the element of the shoulder pad just really creates that interest. And again, so many ways you can style this. This you could definitely dress up because of the shoulder pad. I would say if it didn't have a shoulder pad, it wouldn't be as easy to dress up, but with the shoulder pad, so easy to dress up, dress down. And yeah, I just love this. It's a simple piece again. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be trend led, but it's just got that interest to it. So obviously a plain black dress is a staple in your summer wardrobe, but I just thought this was slightly different, but still very, very wearable. Again, this is from COS, and it's this shirred dress, and I love this detail. Again, looking for ruching just kind of creates that visual thing on the eye that makes it more interesting. But because it's still plain black, there's not much going on apart from the detailing around the middle and the back. It just kind of keeps it into that minimal basic category. I love these kind of spaghetti straps on them, and then you can style this up and down, wear it on holidays. You could put the denim jacket over the top of it. It's still a really nice basic, but just this middle bit just makes it much more interesting. And then finally, this top from the most gorgeous brand is a recent kind of discovery of mine. They're called 90%, and I believe they ship worldwide without taxes, but just double check. Don't, you know, hold me to that. Double check if you are, wherever you are buying from, but I didn't pay anything in the UK, and I do think they ship worldwide. So this is just the most stunning brand. They've got gorgeous pieces. Again, they really tick that box that I was saying before, like Massimo Dutti, COS, and they're kind of in a similar-ish price bracket to those kind of brands as well, maybe slightly more expensive, but this top is honestly so beautiful. I wish you could feel how soft this top is. It's absolutely divine to touch and to wear. So I actually initially bought this in a size small, and it was quite tight. So I decided to send that back and order a medium instead, which fits me much better, has a slightly looser, more relaxed feel. This is honestly just so chic. Again, it's one of those pieces I do feel like I'm lacking in my wardrobe. If I'm going out for dinner and don't want to be like mega dressy, but want something more than just a t-shirt or a shirt, this is what I need. It's the same as the COS top with the ruching down the side. It's just interesting. Again, got this ruching here. It's got this beautiful neckline with the one ruched shoulder. This dressed up in the evening, I think is gonna look so good, so chic, so elegant, so timeless. Again, I think anybody at any age can wear this. It's a beautiful top, and I think a real indicator of how to create this style is if you saw somebody wearing that piece, would you be wondering where it's from? Would you kind of see that person and think, wow, that's a really good, unusual outfit, or I really like that piece? I think that is a great indicator of whether to get something or not. I think this can be styled, again, dressed down with some denim if you wanted to, but also with black trousers to make it a little bit more wintry going through to autumn winter, and then with shorts too if you wanted to, like a nice smart tailored short with a straight midi skirt will look really nice. So many different ways to wear this, and I definitely recommend going to check out the brand because they have some beautiful pieces. So I hope this video has been useful for you in terms of what to look for when you're just getting a little bit bored of basics and want to add interest to your outfit without kind of changing your style or buying anything trend-led. You can do that just by looking for interesting details, wrap details, ruching, shoulder pads, crossover detail. There's lots of little things you can look for, those bold architectural shapes, and hopefully this video has broken that down for you and just kind of brought that to your attention, because we probably know that we like these pieces, but we're not sure what it is about them that we like, and we maybe don't look for them because we're probably just looking for the basics or looking for something more trend-led. So I hope that's been really useful. Let me know if it has, and I can do some more on this kind of topic. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.